警告：本集异常温馨。
服用前请详阅公开说明书。
OK， 大家好，我是石头家。那么今天我们继续回玩 SCP 机密档案。好的，应该是新的东西。OK， 提交，没有任务了。3点55分呢。今天的文件任务就这样子结束了，看起来挺轻松。嘟嘟嘟嘟。还有我啊，你们忘了我了？每月讲座，这啥？还有这种东西啊？聊一些 SCP 的经验和知识，吹佛博士，我也要参加，然后又要吃阿司匹林了吗？进入培训系统。逆魔音从入门到失忆，然后不能随便进哦。好吧。噔噔噔噔噔噔噔，会议即将开始。哦，终于。
There are many stories in this world. Some are read widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people. Today I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story. The story takes place in a world of long ago. The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel.
Daniel. Hello, Daniel.
One day, out of nowhere,
My name is
Daniel
Mario.
got a serious case of chickenpox. It made him look like a strawberry. To make sure he didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his own.
Mr. Daniel.
Mr. Daniel.
Here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time to practice your penny whistle. I hope you'll practice well and prepare for next month's art festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy.
Don't give up, boy.
Before you fight.
You can do it. 按D翻页。
Daniel was reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page, and he knew he should
这是
listen.
奇怪的绘本
And。so he practiced the penny whistle.
What the hell? Ah! 靠嘞！
Suddenly, he heard some strange noises in the corner of the attic.
好难哦。
Huh? Who's there?
Daniel decided to go over and take a look.
为什么连绘本都要玩小游戏啊？搞屁啊！我可以动了。 What's this?
It was a mousetrap, and there was a red origami paper dragon inside of it. Daniel carefully removed it. It was marvelous and beautiful. The only problem was part of its wing was damaged. But Daniel found a way to repair it.
哇！选择道具来修复子龙。益智游戏。OK。
Daniel held the repaired paper dragon high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below. He played and played with the paper dragon.
Wee! Woo! Dragon! Soar!
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to keep them open.
Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
The next day, with boredom and loneliness weighing him down, he began to fiddle with the old radio.
如果这种绘本风，然后突然变很恐怖的话，就会很糟了。地震。
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
Where did this paper ball come from?
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly came to life, and it rolled away. Daniel chased after it.
What the hell? 抓不到他。
Just as he was about to seize the rolling paper ball, suddenly, terrible sparks erupted from it.
The hell?
Before his very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger. At that moment, a red figure suddenly appeared. The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it into a cardboard box. Daniel studied the red figure carefully.
感觉是 Daniel 的幻
It had
想
a。sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
I wasn't dreaming. Thank you for saving me.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid and backed away. Just then, Daniel had an idea.
不要吹笛子 ，No.
He took out his penny whistle and slowly
Shit.
played a tune.
Damn it! I hate it. Eh. Uh-huh. 哇，有完没完？结束了，我漏了一个 damn it!
The paper dragon enjoyed the sound very much. It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air. Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends. The paper dragon traced out a beautiful arc in the air, communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
变成了一张纸。
My cherished friend, after many long years, we finally meet again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I love the beautiful rhythm of that instrument. But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable. Do you still remember how the room works? You're welcome to visit anytime.
The piece of paper then changed back into the shape of a paper dragon and flew into the cardboard box. The box closed shut, and a calm silence was restored to the attic. Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement.
哈利波特里面教你的，不要相信任何意图要跟你搭话的非生命物体。Here be dangerous.
Over the next few days, the paper dragon came out often to play with Daniel. During this time, Daniel introduced many of his friends to the paper dragon.
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter.
太温馨了。
Ever since I secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends. That's Duke. This is Jessica's pet. He doesn't like rainy days or Mrs. Carter. Only smoked sausages fit his taste. And now, we are friends too. My name is Daniel. What's your name?
The paper dragon flapped its wings, as if it didn't understand him.
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing to make it sound better.
No, 我不想要练习笛子。
Daniel and Penny
No.
then played baseball together in the attic.
Let's play cat.
然后他要把窗户丢破了。按依蓄力。哦。Okay.
But just as they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, a violent shaking suddenly rose from the ground.
窗户破了，果然，是小公主啊。
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open, and thick clouds of smoke billowed out, followed by several paper balls. Penny attacked the paper balls without a moment's hesitation and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box. As the box closed, the earthquake stopped. Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost. He moved the box to the center of the attic. Facing it, he practiced his penny whistle, day in and day out. As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother.
OK，
One day,
很流畅
the
就很
box
流畅，
suddenly
但是
began
不要
to
叫我
move.
再吹了。
Huh?
嗯
One,
哇，
two, three, four. This time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't alone. Enemies began to jump out of the box too.
OK，
Earthquake! Another earthquake! This time it's reached a magnitude of 5.8!
In that small attic, the 4
会
paper dragons fought
造成
fiercely
地
against
震
the
的
paper
指环。
balls. This time, the paper balls use new tactics. They clump together into a single monstrous ball of paper. It began to shoot strong bursts of electric sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air. As they were hit, the paper dragons fell from the air, one after the other. Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. The paper dragon transformed into a great beam of light and dove straight down to pierce through the monstrous paper ball. And then came another paper dragon.
这真
The
的儿童
monstrous
频
paper
道
ball
哎。
was blasted to bits, exploding into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they struggled to escape back into the box.
儿童频道的绘本小故事。
The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling shreds of paper, and a silence
鸡了。
pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored once again to the attic. Daniel saw the remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded. He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at once.
剪 ，OK， 修好一只，修好2只。
Suddenly, countless paper dragons began to gush from the box. The 2 wounded paper dragons were repaired and began to fly. Like 2 colored threads, they merged with the other dragons, flying in unison. The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle.
No.
He showed all his paper dragon
No.
friends the results of his hard work
No.
and practice.
No. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, 我好痛苦哦。苦しい。 结束了吧？结束了吧？这次一次都没有漏掉哦。啊！
In the sweet melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons.
库鲁西，库鲁西。现在是这样。哇塞！纸龙变成真的龙了，有够大只。
The paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned. They have launched ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room. We are prepared to launch the final defense. Then we will have to destroy your room, for it is the last remaining entryway into your world. Please believe this farewell will only be temporary. We will not be apart forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
那龙写的信都是那
At
书写
that
体，
moment, the paper dragons flew back
很
into the
难的
box.
书写体。
Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the paper dragons had meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart that he may never see his
当然
new
啊
friends again.
他只是个小屁孩，你用书写体，他是看得懂哦。
A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered. He could now play the penny whistle very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned.
装入背包。
Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2! A massive earthquake is hitting our town! All townspeople,
又地
please
震。
leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces!
Just then, countless paper dragons shot from the cardboard box. However, it seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag and did his best to heal the injured paper dragons.
咦？等一下，我要治谁？我是西跳跳。这里还有一只重生吧，前鬼！
But the paper balls swarmed together and pushed Daniel away, subduing him firmly in the corner. He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violent lightning flashed through the room. The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed with its evil aura.
The earthquake is growing stronger, now with a magnitude of 7.2!
7.1小 case 啊。
The giant unleashed its power maniacally. The paper dragon struggled against
对于一个生活在地震带的人来讲
At this critical moment, 2 paper dragons shined brilliantly. Together, they heroically crashed their bodies into the giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons, but soon he found that things would probably not be so simple. The giant's figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking evil and terrible. The attacks of the paper dragons had had no effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
这只是什么奇怪的 SCP？
The earthquake is growing stronger still! The greatest disaster this town has seen in over 100 years! My heavens! Will this nightmare ever end?
With the paper dragons now all but defeated, Daniel spotted a frail figure in the distance. It was Penny.
Oh.
It flew gently in front of Daniel and affectionately rubbed its head against his fingers, as if this whole crisis had never happened. Daniel felt like Penny was trying to tell him something, but he didn't quite understand what. Penny then left Daniel and soared into the air with a determination in its wings. Suddenly, the other paper dragons seemed to be summoned. They flew through the air, all together in unison, responding to the call without an ounce of hesitation.
放大绝了。
At that moment, Penny turned into a great red beam and rushed fast towards the giant. The other dragons followed, shining together like a shooting star. At that moment, Daniel seemed to see a real dragon flying.
No!
Bang!
The huge explosion from the impact drowned out everything else in the attic. The attic rained down with countless pieces of paper, the leftover scraps of the paper dragons. Daniel wanted to collect all of the pieces. He thought he could still fix them.
Eh呦！哪里还有巧克力脆片？嗯 ？No。啊，剪完了。椅子。OK。
Goodbye, my friend.
鸡。
The nightmare is over. The earthquake has stopped. With God's mercy, our town is safe. We thank you, Lord, for your protection.
啊。
A few days later, the art festival was held as scheduled. Daniel attended the show with his penny whistle.
哎，不要再叫我再吹一次哦，翻脸哦。
And now, Daniel Trevor will perform a penny whistle solo of a song titled Fly With Me.
Damn it！ 靠！你够了！
And that's how the story ends. Now, you might be wondering, what happened next? Are there still paper dragons in the world? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. But I believe that they are still protecting us somewhere in this world, just like they promised they would, forever, into eternity.
那些龙就是 SCP 呀、果然如同我所料的。哼。OK， 搞定了。巨龙出击。他们被收拢在哪里？SCP-1762 现在被保存在生物研究所。丹尼尔博士是那里的负责人，那个纸箱呈现静止状态。哦，丹尼尔变成博士了耶，斯巴拉系。我以为你没有参加每月讲座。哼，厉害厉害。根特博士跟着崔佛博士研究 SCP-1762 2年，他比我们更了解。哦，斯巴拉系。我说的那个收容物不适合我，少来了根特。想到你在堆积如山的童话书里整理资料，还挺，我要开始工作了。但我再说一遍，那个收容物并不适合我，还是童话类型的收容物吗？我来这里已经1个月了，已经完全适应这份工作。虽然说工作内容是处理一些档案，但是绝不会枯燥乏味。除了一些荒诞的笑话，大多数档案都令人十分着迷。最近我总是出现幻听，好像有人在呼唤我。那声音低沉模糊，似乎在诉说着什么，但我根本不明白那其中的意思。我应该去看一下医生，但是佐伊跟我说那是常见的菜鸟综合症，过几天就会好的。但愿如此。哼，主角已经开始出现幻听了吗？感觉他被什么奇怪的魔音型 SCP 盯上了。哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒。OK， 好的，好的，好的。那我们时间也差不多了。他这一集的 SCP 根本就是在搞我的吧？小游戏有完没完的那个吹笛子，烦死了，烦死了。好的，总之这集非常的，我都没什么台词可以讲。虽然说我应该感谢他嘛，因为这样比较不伤喉咙。真是的。OK， 好的，总之呢，感谢各位收看。 那如果你喜欢这支影片的话，帮我点个喜欢，帮我加句号，留言跟我聊天。当然不喜欢就不喜欢吧。那么我们 SCP 秘密档案，机密档案就先拍到这里啦，这一集。那我是第一集人员石头家，我成功的活过了这一集。虽然这一集的 SCP 完全基本上没什么危险。OK， 好的，那我们下集再见啦，大家拜拜。童话故事18。